Ceramics 1, we're going to be making little pinch pot dishes. These are a few from last try. And so we're going to be taking the pinch pot, adding texture to it of some kind, putting a foot on it, shaping it if you want to, making it into something. So you will use your creativity to come up with kind of an individual answer to the pinch pot. So we went over the slideshow. If you haven't looked at it, make sure that you do, because it has examples in there and it has your learning targets and things such as that. So I'm not going to repeat the learning targets here. They're in the slideshow. Okay, I've taken about a kiwi size of clay, a plum size of clay, and I've kind of smashed it into a round ball. So now I'm going to take it in my hand and put my thumb into the middle, but I'm going to do it slowly as I turn it. Now, the reason I'm doing it slowly is because clay doesn't like to be pushed too hard or it can crack and give way. So I have my 4 fingers on the outside and I'm taking my thumb and pushing them into my 4 fingers, kind of like that. Going around, now I'm doing this at the top, but I'm also moving my thumb to the middle, to the bottom, to the middle, and to the top. So sometimes what I do is I go around pinching the top, and then I'll go around pinching the middle, and then I'll go around pinching the bottom. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, what I've done, a couple things that I did is I was going around with my right hand, but then I switch it and go around with my left hand. So I do use both hands. And again, I rotate from the middle or from the bottom to the middle to the top. Now, if your top gets too thin, I ask that you think about this top. There's still ways to do that. So don't worry too much about it. You can kind of push it down a little bit, but your real goal is to get everything to be about 1/4 inch or less thin all the way around. No thick spots. Okay, next up is texture. Okay, mine I have just made, so it's still pretty much in the wet work phase. You may want it to get leather hard, but in some cases it's kind of nice to put your texture in when it's soft. Now there's a lot of different ways to do texture. I don't want you just to copy me, but we took our popsicle sticks and kind of created different designs in one side, and then the other side you can see is still that same. So I would just go around putting texture in there, and you can certainly do the inside if you want to. You can do the outside. You can do just part of it. So I'm going to play around this right now and do this. Okay, so I have my texture pretty much done here, but it's really soft. So you'll notice what I did is I put my hand inside when I was doing these side pieces, and it's still really soft, so I'm going to need to let this stiffen up a little bit. But one thing I haven't done is dealt with this lip. So before I let it stiffen up, I might come to the inside and just push this lip out into my hand just to get a finished quality. You certainly could even it out and have it be perfectly smooth and perfectly round. But I'm just going to go around and doing this. And you can see that over here it's not super even. I'm just going to leave that. I could add a little piece of clay there, but I'm going to wait until it stiffens up a little bit. Okay, you'll see that I did add a little bit of clay. Sometimes I like adding clay on the same day that I pinch it and make it, so that I don't have to score and slip it. And so now that I'm set, I'm going to let this stiffen up a little bit. So we need to add feet to this, and we maybe need to add a little bit more texture. And so what I'm going to do is set it here, and then I'm going to take my white bag and just lay it over it like this so it stiffens up just a little bit. Now, if you can't leave your project out in a work area, what you can do is put paper towels in the bag with it, and then those paper towels will help dry it out. Because next up, we need to create feet. What I did for cleanup today, because you're going to start getting messier and messier, is I did just scrape off this on the edge of my tar paper, and then scraped it up and just put my extra little bits into my slip so that you can kind of stir it up. If you have this much clay on your tools, you certainly can use the sink and just clean them off. You just don't want to put a lot of clay down the drain. And then you can grab your sponge, wet it, clean it off, wash this stuff up, and put all your tools away. Make sure you're keeping everything nice and neat.